Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Vibing with TJ podcast. I'm your host, TJ. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. You're having a great start to your Friday morning. Cheers to the weekend as we head into the weekend and the last, the last weekend of the year. I think we got 2 more days left. Yeah. So yeah, man, this year has flown by, flown by. So if this is your first time joining us, welcome. Always happy to have new people join in and listen in. I hope you find something that resonates with you. If you don't, that is okay. And I encourage you go back and listen to the previous episodes. We've been rocking and rolling 6 months now. We at the end of December. It's officially 6 months now. We've been doing this. Whoo-wee. Time is flying by. But if you've been rocking with us since day one, welcome back, family. You know how it is. You know the drill at this point. Anyway, wow. Wow. I hope everybody had a great Christmas last week. Yeah, a great Christmas. The holiday season is just about over. I hope you got and I shouldn't just say Christmas because I know everybody don't celebrate Christmas like Kwanzaa or Hanukkah. If you celebrate those type of things, like I'm not trying to exclude nobody out. Whatever you celebrate, I hope that you enjoyed it with your family. If you spend it by yourself, like ain't nothing wrong with that, as long as you had a good holiday and it brought you some joy in some type of way. Yeah. Yeah. So the last time we talked, we were doing some self-reflecting. I guess I kind of gave you guys a little bit of a homework task to do. Um, just go back in and self-reflect from the year. Cause trust me, I've done it, been doing it, still doing it myself, kind of winding down on it. Um, and I hope and pray you got some insight about yourself, and I really, if anything, above anything else, I hope and pray like you took my advice and you was very honest with yourself. Very, very brutally honest with yourself because like I said, it ain't gonna hurt nobody else but yourself to lie to yourself. So it's no point in it. It's really asinine to do what you are doing. you know. But above anything, I hope that you're brutally honest, and I hope that you, um, whatever you found that when you looked inside of yourself and you found that you wasn't quite feeling good about it, or you felt like you needed some improvement, whatever it was, I hope you gave yourself some grace. Like you still here, you still breathing. God woke you up this morning. Hopefully you have the use of your limbs. You have food in your refrigerator. You have a roof over your head. You have family, friends, whatever, the case may be. You still got opportunity. You still got breath in your lungs to do it if you have not met the standards that you have set for yourself. You still got opportunity. Every day is a new opportunity. That's how I look at it. It's a new day. And like I said in the last one, um, I only try, I think I said it. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I only try to compete with who I was yesterday. I don't compete with nobody else. I stay in my own lane. The only person I compete with is the person that I was yesterday. I only try to be better than I was yesterday. And that keeps me humble. That keeps me, um, motivated. That keeps me out of falling to that risk of comparison because I'm only comparing my past self from yesterday to myself today. I'm not looking at nobody else's their failures, their successes, what God is blessing them with, because like I said, what's for me is for me. Um, and it's gonna come to me no matter what. God has plenty of abundance to go around. So if somebody is getting something, good for them, because that's for them. What's for them is for them. What's for me is for me, and I'm gonna get what's for me. You know. So I only compete with who I was yet, with the person I was yesterday, and that also keeps me at a very level head. So I guess I'm just sitting here ranting and raving, but mainly this episode is really just closing thoughts out for the year. I wanted I guess I did want to give you guys a little bit of homework assignment so you can really, really, truly reflect on your year and take whatever you learned about your reflection about yourself and heal it. Maybe even if you learned about some others, how you act in certain situations or around certain people, and carry that into the new year and try to make adjustments and improvements on that, because, just like every day is a new day, we got a new year coming at you. You can start fresh. Like, I don't want no one to dwell on 2023 because 2023 is over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. You know, we got 2 days left in 2023. So you might as well say, honestly, I pretty much say by the end of the year, not by the end of the year, for me, and I've probably been doing this for probably about, oh Lord, probably about 5, 6 years at this point. By mid year, I'm already looking at the new year. Like by June, July, I'm already planning for the next following year. So my new year is technically June, July for me in my mind. You know how I think because I'm already planning ahead. But uh, yeah, 2023 is over. So whatever did not get accomplished, you got to save it for 2024. You got to make your peace with it. You got to be okay with it. You got to find a way to move on and keep striving for it because um, one thing that I've has been my main factor this year, one of the main things that I've learned from this year is, and it's like I was saying, timing is not on our side. And timing is a very, very valuable a commodity, but it's a commodity that people take for granted. And I was one of them. I definitely was one of them that take it for granted because you cannot get it back. That's the one thing you can't get back, and people take it for granted. You can get your money back. You can get clothes back, shoes back. You can get a friend back, a lover back, a friend, it's the one commodity that you can't get back, you know? So use it wisely. Use it wisely. Don't waste it. Don't waste it on things that are not serving you. Don't waste it on people that are not serving you. That was another big one for me. If they are not progressing in getting better or making improvements, you got to leave them where you're at, like where they're at. Everyone is not meant to go where you're going. I had to learn that too. I've been learning that's been a lesson for years. Like I had to learn to let a lot of people go, like let them stay where they want to, where they're not where they're telling me they want to be. I always say that not where they're telling me where they want to be, where they're showing me they want to be. Cause sometimes the word, their words don't match up with their actions. I look at people's actions. Or they can be telling me I want to do this and this and this and have all of this, but you ain't putting the work in. Faith without works is dead. I'm gonna leave you where you're showing me you want to be. You know, that's how I take it. And I had to learn to take out if it's someone I've known for a long time, like I grew up with, family members, blood family members, close friends, people that I've grown close with in my adult years. Like if they're not um progressing, they're regressing. And eventually you're gonna go on the ride with them. If they're not moving forward, eventually you're gonna be on that ride with them. You gotta learn how to you don't necessarily have to cut them off. But as one of my mentors said to me before, you gotta learn who you need to spend 10 minutes with and then who you need to spend 10 hours with. And for a long time that went over my head just a little bit, but to me it resonates with you got to learn who's constantly moving forward and who's just staying stagnant. Because if you switch it up and you're spending 10 hours with the person that's staying stagnant, guess what? You're stagnant too. You're just as stagnant as them. You have become one of the stagnant flock. I say flocks, but it's part of the flock of stagnant people. So you got to learn how to do discernment with that. And the stagnant could be in any situation, in love, money, family, you know what I'm saying? Just stagnant in growth in general, like you got to learn to let them, let me say, not let them go, but learn who to spend 10 minutes with and who to spend 10 hours with. Just that switch can make a big difference on your life, you make a big difference on your life. So as we go into 2024, I want you to keep all these things that you reflect about in mind. I want you to make a promise to yourself, not to me, to yourself. Because if you break the promise to you, I mean, why break it? I ain't gonna say why, but make a promise to yourself. Don't make it to nobody else. Don't make it to, keep yourself accountable. Keep yourself accountable. And I'm making a promise to myself that the stuff that I know that I need to improve on, that I want to get better at, that I want to do moving forward, and the things that I want to accomplish in um 2024. You know, we're probably going to do this year too, but me and my friend would make a list of 300 things that we want to do in the future. I got a list. It's probably, I'm still moving in the process. Well, yeah, I'm still in the process of moving. But anyway, uh a thing that um a list of 300 that we things that we want to do, that we want to accomplish. And it can be about anything. It could be money related, relationship related, um travel related. You know what I'm saying? Anything you want to do, make a list of 300. I usually don't make it to 300. I realized that my belief when we first started this, it was hard for me to even get to 100. Now I'm pushing out about 250, somewhere around in there. I'm getting that. She don't, boy, she be doing it. She be making it through 300 before. I'm like, God dang, I ain't do that. But yeah, make a list of 300. And this is just a suggestion. You don't have to do it. It don't even have to be 300. It can be 100. It can be 50. 50 things that you want to accomplish this year. And every time you accomplish that thing, mark it off and give yourself a congratulations. And one thing that I've started doing is when I mark something off, I add something to the list. Yeah, I add something to the list. I got stuff on my list because we've been doing it for a few years now. That's been on my list. It makes it to my list every year because I just haven't accomplished it yet. Some things are just that big, that it takes a little bit more time. And I've looked at past lists that I've done, and I was like, oh my God, I did this and this and this, and I accomplished this. And it's like, when you put it out into the universe, they say, write it down, make it plain. You put it out to the universe and you start working on it, like you'll be living in your dream before you know it. Like for me, my biggest thing was I used to dream about being in my first house and having peace and um just being in a state of, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess the word I'm looking for is peace, because coming out of survival mode. When I bought my house here, I was coming out of survival mode, and it's just been the biggest transition in this house. I've been in this house almost 5 years now, and I'm about to leave and upgrade to another house. And but I look back on my list. I remember when I was still living in an apartment and I was like, I want a house, because I was thinking about, I was feeling all the things that owning a house for me would entail. Getting to that point where I can own a house without no one else's help, on my own stride. Um, and just, I don't know, just the accomplishment of doing it, and I did it. I did it. And it's helped me grow, and it's brought a lot of awareness and awakening and peace to me. And um, God has now leveled me up to another situation. So yeah. And like I said, I was looking back on my list, and I think this was, at this point, maybe probably about 6 years ago now. We made our first list with that, and I was like, man, I did it. I did it. I remember I was walking one day. I take a walk every day. Every day. This is one of the things I've been reflecting on too. And I was walking around my neighborhood and I had to stop and be like, God, thank you, because I'm literally living in my dream. Living in the neighborhood that I had dreamed about, living in the house that I had dreamed about. I was literally living in my dream. But I had found the peace that I had wanted, I had fantasized about. I had it, and it wasn't, and I didn't have to do anything out of the norm to do it. I didn't have to go out, you know, flaunt myself in any type of way. I didn't have to do anything that made me uncomfortable, I was just true to myself. I was true to my purpose, and stayed the course, and God blessed me. I reflect on stuff like that, and I'm grateful for that type of stuff. You know, so well, I'm going off on a rant, but we just haven't. We supposed to be having closing thoughts. I'm going off on a rant, but I want you. I guess I just want to convey this to you guys because um you also got to. I want you also to look back on things that you are grateful for. Um, because either it's helped you grow, it's helped you learn, it's advanced you in some type of way, it's gotten you prepared in some type of way for what's to come. Even if you don't know what it is, it's prepared you for something. Um, Always be grateful. I always ask God to keep me in a grateful, never catch me. I always say, never catch me. Don't let me be ungrateful. Never catch me being ungrateful. Even then when I'm, going through it, I always have to stop and be like, you know what? Thank you, God. I do catch myself doing that. I have to say thank you, God, because at some point I just find myself surrendering a lot. When it gets hard, I just like I surrender. Thank you, God. Whatever's gonna happen. But I want you guys to, like I said, go into, always self-reflect, um, make improvements where you can in the new year. Um, do your very best. Always give yourself grace. Be your biggest critic and cheerleader, you know, at the same time, because the only way to fail is to not start, is to not try. So don't count yourself out as a failure if it does not go the way you want it to go. It doesn't look the way you want it to look. Because as long as you're making some type of action toward it to go, you're you're making a stride towards it. Like I said, even if it's 1%, you're making a stride towards it. So you're not a failure. And I guess I just want you guys to keep these things in mind as you go out through the year because, everybody goes into the new year with, the real hype at the new year, like all these new year resolutions, like they come into the gym, like, and that's when I avoid the gym. I'm keeping the start of the new year. I think like the first two weeks of the year, I avoid the gym. I work out at because it's so crowded in the gym, and then it tapers off. But I want y'all guys to keep that going. Keep that going throughout the year as it gets, you lose that off about you from the new year. Like, I'm going to do this and do this. Keep it going. Try your best to keep it going. Like, oh, I don't want to go too deep into it because we're getting into the time because I wanted to keep this short. But um, I remember one of my friends, we was talking about like working out. I guess really use that as an example. And she always tell me, I don't have the motivation to work out. I don't have the motivation to work out. And I just tell her, I don't have the motivation to work out half the time. Probably about 95% of the time. And one of my friends can attest to this. I have to force myself to work out. Even though I enjoy working out because it is a form of therapy, I have to force myself to do it. I have to just start somewhere for that day and get into it. There's no motivation. And the way she looked at me was like, you don't be motivated to work out? No, I don't be motivated to work out. That's when disciplines kick in, the self-discipline. You got to have self-discipline. When things get hard, because they're going to get hard, when you don't want to do it, because you're going to have points you don't want to do it. You're going to have points when you're tired, you're frustrated. Just do it anyway. Just do something anyway, even if just a little bit. Just do it anyway. Even if I work out for 5 minutes, trust me, I feel better after that 5 minutes because I just did it anyway. I told her it's very, very rare, very, very rare that I am up and I'm like, we about to work out today. I'm about to put on some Sean T. I'm about to go to the gym and run and lift some weights. It's very rare I do that. I be like cussing and fussing the whole time until I start to work out. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good now. It's just, it's discipline. It's discipline. Have that self-discipline. You got to create some type of self-discipline about yourself when it gets hard, when you lose that quote unquote motivation after the new year come in. Let that discipline kick in for you and ride that wave instead of trying to find the motivation. Because I think a lot of people try to find the motivation. If I ain't motivated to do it, I'm not going to do it. Motivation. Let that discipline kick in and do it. Lord have mercy. But anyway, we got to get over here. I'm going on a rant with this boy. Anyway, I hope you guys Have a great, great New Year. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. I hope you guys have a great New Year. Be safe out there because you know people crazy these days. Be safe out there. Have a good time. And come in, reset, reset for 2024, and come in and kill 2024. You know, make it your. That's what I say. Make 2024 great. Start off with it with some good momentum and keep it going with that self discipline. You know, I want you guys to really propel yourself forward in 2024. At the end of by this time next year, I don't even want you to recognize the person you are now. That's because that's how advanced and how much you have excelled at things that you said you was going to do. Hold yourself accountable the whole year. You know, hold yourself accountable. So anyway, we're gonna get off of here. Um, I'm glad that you guys have been tuning in with us for the first 6 months of this podcast. It's been a whirlwind. It's been a lot of learning lessons for me, both on the technical side and just life hacks and stuff like that. Learning lessons for me. I've learned a lot doing this. I've enjoyed it a lot. I didn't know how much I was going to enjoy doing this. Um, but we're gonna be rocking and rolling this year. And I do have an announcement. So we're gonna have a new segment coming. I think I've been going back and forth about the dates, but it's definitely gonna be starting in January. And I've been going back and forth about what I'm gonna call it, but it's gonna be just like a little 2-minute segment where I just come in and I give some motivation, inspiration, a little bit of courage, stuff like that. Just some two little quick segment. It's gonna be starting every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. That could change at this point. I'm going through the rough draft of everything, but that's gonna be starting sometime next year. I'm thinking it's gonna be, if I can do it right, it's gonna be the first Saturday in January, starting to be every Saturday. Just a two little segment, and I might add more on to it. I don't know yet. Um, just to finish out your week, I guess, on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. So yeah, that's coming next year. Like God is giving me all these ideas and stuff like that to help spread the word even more, I guess. So let me get off of here. Anyway, have a great new year. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2024. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We will be back next week, next Friday, in the new year, the first episode of the new year. I can't wait to see you guys. Be safe, be happy. Peace out.